Accept the reality. We're shit. We're broken. The manager's not responsible and the manager's not going to change it. It's not going to happen.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel and thank you for watching. Erik Ten Hag. He might need like 20 hugs at the moment because 10 hugs are not enough. And it looks like Manchester United fans are divided at the moment. And some reports are coming from the camp that the players also are questioning this guy. And the question is, how long do you think Erik Ten Hag still has at Manchester United? But before we go any further, you know what to do. Help your brother out. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Comment down below. Share. Take 1 second of your life to help the channel, my friends, for YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, guys. You are legend. So let's go back to our guy here, Erik Ten Hag. This is what he said. He said that Manchester United will never play the style of football he implemented at Ajax, which is correct. Listen, you don't compare a team like Ajax and Manchester United. With all the respect, right? Ajax are great. They won a lot of Champions League and all that. But Manchester United are in another level. Probably the biggest brand in the entire world. The pressure is different. And you can't really impose that kind of football in the Premier League because you're going to get found out. So, we will never play that football because those were different players. Yeah, completely different players, even though you brought Martinez, Lisandro Martinez, and also Anthony, that you were with them at Ajax, but you will never reproduce the same thing. Different teams, different countries, different leagues, it's different. So he said that we are playing different football than I showed at Ajax because I have to. Okay. Are you complaining about not having players to fit that system? Because you were given a lot of money too. We're going to talk about money. He continues. He said that because I can't play the same way. All right, understandable. Now, you were given money. You are the guy who brought Mason Mount. You are the guy who brought Amrabat, who brought Onana. Onana also played at Ajax.
And people can say what they want. I don't care. I just do my thing. If you are angry, it's your problem. If you are happy, it's your problem. So for me, doesn't matter. Only for the rest, they can sing, they can cry. I don't give shit. Yeah.
You are the guy who brought Anthony. You brought many players in that team. So you can't really complain, right? Casemiro, I don't know if it's him. Varane, I don't know if it's him or the board. But you brought some key players to implement your system. What the message is trying to say here. So look at this. Manchester United players are beginning to question Erik Ten Hag's tactics for the first time following the 3-0 defeat against Manchester City in the Manchester Derby. The Dutchman made his players sit in silence in the changing room at Old Trafford and listen to City celebration at full time. Okay. So, who's to blame? The manager, the players, tactics? I don't know.
I've seen enough in him last season. I've seen enough of him. I know this sounds very little, but like just when he speaks about football, speaks about the club. But in the last month, some of the decisions he's been making have left me worried. Like, what direction are we going in?
It's weird.
Mark Goldbridge is still supporting Erik Ten Hag because how hard he been in supporting him from the beginning, right? So when you support a manager that hard, it takes you time to kind of disconnect But I know at some point he's gonna do the same that he did against Mourinho. They are testing water, okay? If you check it, Adam McKola, they have another speech, but they started slowly and surely told, okay, you can't sack 11 players, is the manager need to go. So all of them are gonna switch very soon, depending on the popular opinion, because it's about getting reaction. So if you are a Manchester United or a football fan in general, do you think it's time for Erik Ten Hag to go? Do you think that this is the Glazers' fault, or do you think the Glazers are giving enough money?
Manchester United lose 3-0 to the Manchester City in the Manchester derby. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I somewhat struggle with some reaction to United fans who just seem to like to lose. It's almost like they want to lose so that they can sack the manager, which I find, baffling. He says you can't keep making excuses. Erik Ten Hag picks the team and this is on him. It's time for change. Look, at the end of the day, I think this is going to be a hard stream to do. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm fed up of having to, do this. Every year it seems to be the same. And I suppose that's the answer, isn't it? I mean, I had to have a quick look on social media before I started, and to see the amount of people saying it's time for change, the manager needs to go. I mean, I'm just going to throw you this. I wish people would listen. If he beats Fulham next week, he's the quickest manager to get to 50 wins in our history, in our entire history.
I never understood why the Glazers are to blame for everything at Manchester United. Because if you look at the amount of money they spent, more than Manchester City, very close to Chelsea Football Club. You spend the same amount of money, but you don't have the same quality. You know what I mean? So you spend money on average players, right? And then you complain about the Glazers. I never understood that. Somebody can explain to me how buying the wrong players that don't fit the system has to do with the owners. I know they are terrible, American owners and whatever, but in terms of spending money and getting quality, I don't think they are responsible for that.
So, I don't, it's exhausting. It's exhausting banging your head against the brick wall. We're not playing well at the moment. We've not played well this season. I completely agree. But how can you sack a manager that's going to be the quickest manager to get to 50 wins in our history? How can explain that one to me? How can you sack a manager that's going to be the quickest manager to get to 50 wins in our history? He massively overachieved last year, and that's why people want him out now. If it had just had a steady year one, people would be fine. It's incredible. And also, point two. How can you sack a manager when you've been in this position 4 times before? What do you think is going to change if you sack a manager, right? I can see people on Twitter and on the live chat saying, sack the manager, it's time for change. Okay, what happens then? We're in £800 million of debt. We've used up all our loans and all our ability to bring money in. You're going to sack Ten Hag, that's going to cost you in excess of 10, 15, 20 million. You're going to get another manager in that you can't get because you're going to have to pay compensation for them. The new manager's going to come in with a different style of play and want his own players and is going to want another 400 million spending on him. What's he going to do with the fresh Ten Hag players? What's he going to do with the Maguires and the McTominays that won't go? What's he going to do with the Rashfords and the Brunos and the Martials? I mean, just stop trying to find a quick fix with this football club and own it like I am. We lost. We've lost. The club is broken. There are many clubs in this country, there are many clubs in the world who have fans who stick with their club, but they're shit and they're never going to do anything. And we were a great club. We were Manchester United. We were one of the best teams in the world, but we're not anymore. We're broken. Stop looking for a quick fix. We're owned by the Glazers. They've run the club into the ground. There is no quick fix. The only opportunity we had was that they left and we got a brand new owner that cleared the debt. That didn't happen. We lost. We're finished. We're done. We're not turning this around. Stop looking up the table and thinking we should be in the top 4. Villa are better than us. Spurs are better than us. Brighton are better than us. Liverpool are better than us. Arsenal are better than us. Man City are better than us. They're all better than us. Stop thinking you're going to sack a manager and we're suddenly going to challenge for the league.